Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Alright everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot. Welcome back to more Budokai Tenkaichi 3 modded fights. How y'all doing? Real quick, off the top of my head, if anybody has any suggestions that like they wish I was doing something different as far as this series goes, or anything that they'd like to see more of in the future, anything like, if you have any suggestions for the series, anything you want me to tweak or change, you think I can do that within the realm of the game, within the realm of possibility, feel free to let me know. I do enjoy this series. I want to make it the best I possibly can. That being said, today, going to be moving on. Let's go ahead and take a peek real quick at the settings, which, of course, never change. A serious one-on-one match. You can already tell by the title, but I'm going to have to make my terrible, shitty joke anyway. So today, of course, I know everybody's been waiting for this one. We're going to be looking at Master Roshi in his full-powered buff form. And he's going to be taking, in a one-on-one battle, he's going to be going up against Master Roshi in his more calm, cool, and collected form without you know, all the muscles and stuff. Just regular Roshi dog. We've never got to see Master Roshi really fight himself as far as, like, that goes. So, no, I'm going to quit making that joke one day. Today is just not that day. No, today, highly requested fight. I actually asked the people on Twitter. I had several fights in mind for this one. I just didn't know what combination you guys like to see the best. So I actually asked on my Twitter. Twitter, you got to pronounce all the T's. Twitter, I asked on my Twitter, what fight would you guys like to see most? Gave 4 different options involving variations of Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Blue, Gogeta and Vegito, and everyone on my Twitter page voted that they, not everyone, it was an overwhelming majority voted that they wanted to see Vegito Blue versus Gogeta Blue. So instead of Super Saiyan 4s, you're looking at 2 blues duking it out today. I might do the Super Saiyan 4 battle in the future sometime. And then maybe we'll take the winner of this fight and that fight and make them fight each other for the real championship. As you can see, even health bars, didn't have to worry about balancing it all today. Let me take a drink of water real quick. And then, as always, I'm going to spend the first fight talking about some BS. And then we'll spend the second and possibly third fight talking about the fight itself. That move does a crap load of damage, by the way, but the fight's... I was going to say even, but it's not. Vegito's up by a health bar. Anyway, so a lot of people look at this fight and then go, well, Thundershot, we already knew from before that Vegito was stronger than Gogeta, because the plus side to Vegito is that he's stronger, but the downside to Vegito is that he defuses after a while. But come to find out, Super just said, nah, F that. Vegito defuses for no reason, too. So it got me wondering, you know, if Toriyama said that and that was wrong, then how do we know for sure Gogeta isn't stronger? How do we know for sure that's not the case? Because what Toriyama says really doesn't matter at all anymore. Ergo, Vegito defusing. In all actuality, I never really got my chance to, like, air my thoughts on the whole, the end of the Zamasu arc, the future Trunks arc, and Dragon Ball Super. I pretty much kind of line up with a lot of other people's opinions that if they would have, you know, given it another episode or 2 to unfold, that would have been really nice, to help kind of even the ending of the arc out a little bit. I also think there was an easy way, I think there were easy ways for them to pull that off without defusing Vegito, because Trunks, and this is going to be a little bit of Dragon Ball Super spoilers, by the way. I like to talk about power levels, but I don't want to spoil anybody on this. Oh, God, do I spoil it or not? We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit. It's going to be a little bit spoilery. So I tell you what, the fight just ended in Gogeta. Gogeta actually picked up the first round with a full health bar left, which is not a lot. It's not a lot. That's 1 move, and he would have been done. 1 good super attack, he would have been done. But I tell you what, I might put a timestamp up, or, you know, just skip ahead until the next fight starts. I'm going to take this pause screen real quick to go ahead and talk about Dragon Ball Super spoilers, because I don't want to be spoiling people who don't want to be spoiled. So, skip ahead to when the fight starts, probably a timestamp or something like that. Maybe somebody in chat will put a timestamp for you. Till the next fight starts, because I'm going to talk about spoilers for a second. Dragon Ball Super, the ending of the Zamasu arc, I would have liked it a lot better if they would have drug it out for maybe another episode or 2. I don't hate the Trunks sword ending. I don't hate the idea of Trunks getting his own spirit bomb from all the people who were giving hope to Trunks. And then Trunks using that to kill Zamasu. I think it's fine that Trunks is the one that killed Zamasu, even though he should have been a little bit too weak. That part didn't bug me. I did get bugged out by the fact that Vegito had to fuse. I don't think Vegito needed to defuse. I think Trunks could have gathered up his sword strength and his sword spirit bomb and all that jazz with Vegito still fighting. You know, maybe Zamasu pulls some kind of BS, because that was the only problem, is that Vegito was way stronger than Zamasu. But maybe Zamasu pulls out some kind of BS and happens to, like, really damage Vegito, and the Vegito might not make it anymore, and Vegito's really hurt, and that's when Trunks comes in. You know what I mean? They need something like that. I don't hate the Spirit Bomb. The only flaw I had with the Spirit Bomb is there are like 30 people left alive on Trunks' planet, and I don't think 30 people are going to make a Spirit Bomb strong enough to kill Zamasu. But the other theory to that, the counter theory to that, was that it was all the hope and all the energy built up over the entire course of Goku Black and Zamasu, you know, killing everyone on Trunks' future timeline. Those are my main quarrels with it. But yeah, I don't want to bore you guys on forever. That's just kind of my thoughts. I actually did not mind the Spirit Bomb sword at all. I thought that was really neat. I thought it was an idea that worked. We saw Goku pull off the same, you know, similar technique in the Android 13 movie with the trucker hat dude, where, you know, Goku pulled the Spirit Bomb into himself and used that to beat him. I thought that was really cool, and it works here too. I know it was a movie, it's non-canon, but Super doesn't give a shit about any of that. Anyways, moving on to the next fight. Come on, Gohan. All right, so we're coming up to the next fight here. If you did skip ahead, I try not to do spoilers. I didn't even think about it till the first or second episode, where I talked a little bit about spoilers, and people in chat were like, "Wow, I'm getting spoiled the Super in here. I don't want that." That is not my goal. However, we are going to be doing a lot of Super-related fights, so I'll usually give a disclaimer before I spoil, but I don't want to spoil. However, you are going to hear a lot of power level talk. You are going to hear a lot of power level talk. Well, this person, you know, might be stronger than that person, or this is how it went down in the anime. My point is not to... I don't ever want to spoil plot points, except for, like, right now when I did a disclaimer and everything. I don't ever want to spoil plot points off the cuff. If I slip up, I'm sorry. But that's never going to be what I'm going for. It's never going to be my goal. Ooh, good snap vanish there. But I am going to be talking about power levels. I love sparking discussion on this kind of stuff, even though Super really doesn't make any sense with power levels, and it's just all over the place. I do like to bring up discussion, just who people like more and things like that anyways. But that being said, that's over now. We're on to the fights. Blue Gogeta picking up the first victory, furthering my theory that Gogeta isn't necessarily weaker than Vegito anymore. Snap vanish action there, kick away. Gogeta's got... Oh, no, he doesn't have a lead. Yeah, this is all in Vegito's favor right now. See, one thing you got to keep an eye on, like, you look at health bars, and a lot of people, you know, look at only health bars, and they judge that by who's winning. But another huge thing you got to keep an eye on is how much ki somebody has. Because if one of these guys has a full ki bar, there's a lot of moves in this game, especially from the stronger guys, like the Super Saiyan Blues and you know, some of the what-if characters out there. A lot of these stronger guys have moves where they do one move and it's a whole health bar gone. And if you're in a situation like this where the guys only have 4 or 5 health bars to begin with, that's a complete and total tide turner at any point. Like right now, there's still a decent chance Gogeta wins this. Gogeta wins this. You know what I mean? He's a health bar in 3/4 down right now, but one move and all of a sudden the fight's really close. You know what I mean? Both men charging up to full right now. Vegito getting there first, but allowing Gogeta Blue to get there as well. Both men fully powered. Ball still in the court of Vegito, still favoring him. Unless this lands Supreme Explosion Wave, doing a bunch of damage. That was a health bar and then some. And just like that, the fight's practically evened up. I still got to give... It's still in Vegito's favor, due to the fact that he had maximum ki, and that could happen. Gogeta landed a big attack, even the fight out, but Gogeta didn't have any ki. That's what I was just talking about. Gogeta didn't have any ki, and Vegito still did. So Gogeta went to go do a taunt move to refill his ki, and when he did it, Vegito smacked him with a move that took his entire health bar away in one hit. That's exactly what I was talking about when I brought up ki. We are currently 1 for 1, so we're going all the way to fight number 3, boys. I'm so excited to see how this one ends. Place your bets, people. Place your bets now. Also, since the whole power level thing, like, if you had to go as far as canon goes, and then, you know, things that were said in interviews, I think it still favors Vegito being stronger at this point, just because even though the fusion runs out, that doesn't necessarily change the fact that the bond from the Patara earrings, you know, might just be a little bit tighter, might just be a little bit better than the fusion dance bond, because I think that still stands as of right now. But like I said, Super throws everything out the window, so you can't... As far as I'm concerned, you can't really take that for granted. So, since the power level thing's kind of up in the air, if you don't accept that it's favoring, you know, Vegito or whatever, I was just wondering, what do you guys like design-wise best? Do you guys ever have a favorite just design-wise of Gogeta or Vegito as far as that goes? I always personally, I don't know. I like Vegito a lot. I always wanted to gravitate towards Gogeta, and I think the reason for that was just because we didn't see him as much. It feels like we didn't see him as much. We had a whole... He was Vegito for a long time in the anime, you know? It feels like a long time at least. And plus, Vegito got to, he goofed around in base for a while, and then he went Super Saiyan. And he goofed around in Super Saiyan for a long time, too, going toe-to-toe with Boo. Gogeta just shows up Super Saiyan, and that's it. By the way, huge attack there by Gogeta, and I've been ignoring the fight again, I'm sorry. And that huge attack doesn't even it out. This fight still heavily favors Vegito. Vegito has been stomping Gogeta. This whole time I've been saying I kind of like Gogeta better. Vegito has been stomping Gogeta down to 1 health bar versus 4. I think this one's over. I think this one's Safe to call over. Vegito getting finish sign off. Gogeta getting neither Goku nor Vegeta. But look out! That's... Oh, good dodge. Good dodge. Yeah, Vegito was one good move from ending this. Gogeta has a big hill to climb if he wants to try to even this one out. Here we go. We got a little melee clash here. Vegito winning it. Yeah, this is over. This is over. There's no coming back from this one, kid. There's no coming back from this one, kid. Fight all you want, but the Potara Earring Fusion still reigns supreme unless it, you know, runs out here in a second. You gotta think. Actually, now that I think about it, now that I break it down, the Potara Earring Fusion lengthwise has still got to be stronger as Vegito picks this one up almost with relative ease. Still had 2.5 health bars left. The Potara Earring Fusion still got to be stronger because if you think about it, Gotenks couldn't hold Fusion Dance in Super Saiyan 3 form, but for like 5 minutes. It's been a while since I've seen it, so, you know, correct me or whatever. But for like 5 minutes or something like that. You know, Fusion Dance is supposed to be 30 minutes. Gotenks couldn't hold it but for like 5 or 10 when he went Super Saiyan 3. So you got to think the power of Super Saiyan Blue, Gogeta, theoretically, could only exist for like maybe 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, Vegito still held out for a little while. Even with Blue, he still held out for a little while, right? You know, enough to fight and knock around Zamasu a bit. But if you know, Super Saiyan 3 drains the Fusion Dance that much, unless God Key has some weird effect on it or something, then you would think Gogeta wouldn't be able to last but a few seconds, because that's just how fast, you know, all that energy would be draining him, which leaves the Potara Earring Fusion reigning supreme, which matches with how these fights went today. I want to thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I'm Thundershot. I'm out. Leave a like if you guys like this series, if you guys like the fights today. Peace, late, and we will catch y'all next time. You guys have a good one. Alright, everybody, hope you guys enjoyed the fights. Want to knock out this outro screen real quick. So, as always, we're going to be voting on which fight you want to see next. There are 2 ways to vote, meaning you can vote twice. You can vote both by leaving a comment in the comment section down below on which fight you want to see most out of these 2 that I'm about to present to you, which fight you want to see most next. You can also click on, there should be a little information bubble. Click on that. There will be a poll, and you click on the fight that you want to answer the poll with, and then that also counts as another vote. So the more votes, the more likely it is you're going to get to see your thing. This last voting for Gogeta and Vegito Blue was actually very close. The other fight almost won. Very close, very tight race, but after tallying up everything, y'all saw who won. Anyways, the fights that you're going to be looking at this week for this next fight, you're going to be looking at for the people who aren't so much into the what-if scenarios, for the people who aren't so much into the, you know, the made-up characters and stuff like that, we're going to be looking at a classic fight you guys have already kind of seen, but if you want to take a look at it as far as in-game goes, what in-game would think, we're going to be looking at Zamasu and Goku Black in a 2v2 battle against Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Our first ever 2v2 battle, if that's something that sounds like it'd be interesting to you guys, our first ever team battle, we're going to be bringing onto the scene here. 2v2 battle of Zamasu and Goku Black versus Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. So that fight is your first option. Your second option is going to be Super Saiyan Rose, Goku Black versus the fan-made version of Super Saiyan White. Super Saiyan White, something Akira Toriyama actually talked about in an interview quite a while back, said he didn't want to do it yet, but he might do it in the future. Super Saiyan White versus Super Saiyan Rose, so those are your options. Go ahead and leave your comment in the comment section down below. Go ahead and click that information bubble. Let me know who you want to vote for. That's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thundershot out. Peace, late. Leave a like on the video. We'll catch y'all next time. Have a good one.